it's another rubbish game. Rubbish. Welcome back to the Great Cricket, the morning after World Cup. 2 boys, 1 World Cup, I don't know. Brought to you by ACO, India's leading digital insurance company. And thank you as ever to ACO, our dear friends. Bangladesh, playing in Abu Dhabi against the UK, Team GB. They had a stick first, 124 for 9. And England got that in 14.1 overs with the loss of 2 wickets. Mahmudullah won the toss. Bangladesh captain, and he thought, he actually said this is a belter. This is a belter.
Yeah.
124 for 9.
Yeah.
Mate, I've watched a lot of shit cricket the last couple of months.
And stick cricket.
Yeah, I've been watching some stuff online. I've been watching some stuff online.
Yeah. Go on the internets all the time. Love that YouTube.
Hey, are you online? Fucking online brain, non-stop.
World Wide Web.
I'm on the World Wide Web. The great explainer today is, that was just shit. All right, the first 3 things, Pez. The first of the 3 things, Pez, is England spin to win. Is a famous saying, spin to win, we know that. But it's also pace off to win, which has a less of a catchy ring to it. But that was the name of the game. Fucking get it into the wicket, get the pace off the ball. We saw 3 wickets in the power play, 2 for Moeen, 1 for Wokes. And I think at the end of the power play, Bangladesh were 3 for 27. And automatically, I'm like, I've seen this game a lot recently. And teams that in this World Cup especially, they seem to be adapting to like how to get through in innings, because teams are going really hard early, not trying to like navigate the entire 20 overs, because at 3 for 27 in the power play, they're already on the ropes, I thought. And I was right, and that's the most important thing.
Well, good morning, Higgins.
Yeah, cheers.
I thought it was interesting that Mahmudullah batted when he won the toss.
He thought it was a belter.
Because England love to chase. They just fucking they hate a chase. That's how much they love it.
I know a few blokes like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Love the chase.
Exactly. They love the thrill of the chase.
You always want what you can't have.
Yeah. And they shouldn't give England what they want.
Don't.
But
Stop it.
But they did. Stop it. Don't do that.
Don't.
I thought,
on,
you say shit game. Look, it was. Alarmingly easy for England.
Yeah.
No issue. Okay, 120. Could it be a tricky chase on these decks? Ball holding up, etc.? No. Clinical.
Yeah.
No issues. No demons. No wobbles. Clinical disposal.
Yep.
For England. 10 off Moeen's first over, then a procession after that. 3 for 27, as you said, in the power play.
Yep.
And... Mate, going in, you say England spin to win going into this World Cup. Couple of question marks over England, not just because of Stokes and Archer, but the disparity in spin options compared to India, for example. One recognised spinner. Well, they had 3 last night.
That's
Livingston and Moeen combined 4 for 30 odd something off their 8 overs, some shit like that. And so all of a sudden they're covered with spin as well. And Livingston getting the ball to do a little bit.
I've never seen him bowl such good leg spin before. Yeah, it's pretty tidy.
Bit of both as well.
And also shades on.
Yeah.
Look good, play good, feel good.
Very like 2021
Love
T20
that.
shit.
Love that.
Right? Just say that 10 times fast.
I like my Livingston. Yeah. Also because he bombed 300 against a guy who ran in on Patreon that time.
There's a lot of levels to Livingston.
There's a lot of levels to Livingston.
And we need to uncover them.
There's a t-shirt.
Layers. Like an onion.
A lot of levels and layers to Livingston.
England have every... Let's fuck the game off now. No, England have every facet covered here, he goes.
Yeah, okay, you like him?
Big hitting up the top, anchor if needed, power in the middle, spin options, hard length bowlers, seamers, and raw pace and death. Timar Mills. I was watching a little bit of Timar Mills.
Yeah.
Bangladesh just starting to get away in the last few. Took down Rashid a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of kinetic energy possibility toward the end of the innings for Bangladesh.
Number 35 off 4 off Rashid. Yeah.
They're just starting to hit away or amass a total a little bit more than what we're expecting.
Yeah.
Then Mills comes in for the last over, an array of pace on, pace off. Yeah. They had no idea.
Really good.
They just look complete.
I think Mills and Chris Jordan's first over each for those 2 guys went for like 11 and 12, I think. And that's when you thought pace on, not really working here. And then Livingston comes back into the game, pace off, and all of a sudden there's wickets. There was that run out, which is just, that is village.
Yeah,
that running out on a misfield. Jesus.
What happens when Wood's fit, Great question for England.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer.
It's probably city to city. And it's so weird because these grounds are about 15 minutes apart from each other. They're really close, but like they all have their own characteristics.
Yeah, their own soil.
Exactly.
Are they all in a different emirate? Which are now united, of course.
Of course, finally.
Because they're all united.
Finally. I noticed Moeen Ali bowling at the top. He's bowled 7 overs in the tournament so far. He bowled 4 against the West Indies, 2 for 17, I think. But he bowled his 4 overs in a row at the top.
Yeah.
And he's bowled 3 in a row today as well. In this game as well, 2 for 18, I think. So 7 overs, 4 wickets, 36 runs at the top of the innings. He's doing a great job for Morgan.
2 bowlers in the power play. That's it. Didn't rotate him around.
Simple. And then 3 for Mills, as you said, just pace off gear. I like it. All right, let's get into the second thing. If you would be so kind to indulge me. Jason Roy of the Rovers, which is a reference to a 1990s comic in the UK about a football team.
Indeed.
50th T20I cap for Jason Roy. They'll be celebrating tonight hard about his... Oh, is it Jason's 50th? It's his 50th cap today. 50th cap today, yeah.
A big day for Jace. Come on, let's get around him, boys. Everyone get a touch. I'm playing Aussie rules now.
Everyone get a touch. Walking around just touching him. 61 off 38, game done. You said before, Pez, that, a 124 run chase, that could be a little tricky. Now, we saw a very tricky run chase, Australia against South Africa, the biggest game of the tournament so far.
Indeed.
118, I think they were chasing, and that was a tricky one. But for England, opening one stand with Roy and Butler for 39, mostly done the power play. Roy comes out 61 of 38. Then Milan comes in, formerly top batter in the world in T20I cricket. He gets 28 of 25, and it's just fucking cruise control. Too easy.
Mate,
there's not really much. There's so little to say about England's innings because literally nothing happened in it. They were just far better. Shot execution. Jason Roy scored some runs. Nice to see him back in the runs again. It's been a little while, I think.
Yes.
Someone's going to say, well, actually, in a trial game, he hit 17. Fuck off. Sorry.
That's all right.
And the most important thing I feel like about this innings for England is that Morgan didn't have to bat.
But they got the signs going and shit.
Yeah.
Mate, Roy is top 5 cleanliness for me. Clean hitting.
Now, in the hitting element.
Yeah.
Have you got a top 5 written down?
No. But I made it 5, so I got a bit of wiggle room.
That's right.
I don't really know what, as we've said before, I don't know what cleanliness means.
No.
But I know it when I see it. I know how it feels. It's like that quote. He goes, "The heart has reasons that reason cannot know," or some shit. And that was said, he goes, by Blaise Pascal.
That was Blaise Pascal.
Who's an important author in the French classical period and discovered the vacuum, following his work titled Treatise on the Equilibrium of Liquids.
Yeah.
And we had an equilibrium of liquids on Saturday night.
That's right.
And that's how this comes full circle. And also Blaise Pascal batted 3 for the Loire Valley.
With his business partner, Edgar Hoover. And he had a cousin, J. Edgar Hoover, who was
he was named after Edgar Hoover.
He was named
the French winemaker from the Loire Valley.
Now, he batted 4.
Indeed. A lot of, had a lot, yeah. What? Jason Roy is power, and I like him because he's not levers power. But he's punchy. Do you know what I mean? He's a punchy, kind of stocky kind of figure. I feel like he'd have a very fast twitch jab. Roy, you know what I mean? Little lip tickler, a little bit of rat stuff over the top of the lip.
Yeah.
Growing up in the streets of Durban and England, couldn't really work out where he was living in England, but I just feel like when Roy's working, like England's working.
Yeah.
And can I say one more thing about England? He goes,
I want you to.
Like, I'll never, I know you've got this for the third one, but I'll never, like, they are such a good white ball unit.
Yeah.
And as an Aussie, it still feels uncomfortable to me that England, with its culture, with its stereotypes, are good at alpha fast cricket. It doesn't really line up. Like, I'll give you an example. It will not work for the majority of our audience. A friend of mine is a West Tigers rugby league supporter. He's used to following them when they've been shit, coming 14th to 16th. Yeah. Then they got really good about 10 years ago and they threw the ball around, and it was completely uncomfortable for him. That wasn't their identity. And I feel the same way about England's white ball setup. I look at it, I'm like, there's nothing about your culture and who you are as people that suggests you should be good at white ball cricket. Everything that you're about is anathema to white ball cricket, and yet they are the most complete team.
It's like like when Man City got the money. There was like a transition period where like if you lived in Manchester and you're a City fan, there's obviously more to this. But like you kind of like you buy into the struggle of being the underdog, and now it's like now we're the richest club in the world, and then they start booing the Champions League anthem. Like I'm very confused about what you are or what my team is or what any of this is.
Exactly.
Remember Robinho signed for them?
Yeah, I do.
That was weird. I thought it was going to Chelsea or whatever. Anyway, all right, let's get into the third thing then. Are England now favourites? Now, obviously, what happened last night will continue to happen forever as the universe dictates. Now, Pez, I've got some numbers written down for you, just a bit of a scenario, which will definitely play out in this exact fashion.
Please.
England are already on 4 points. They're in Group 1, obviously. I suspect that 8 points in either group will definitely get you into the semi-final. But I think with Group 1, given the teams in there, where basically a lot of teams can beat each other, 6 points might be enough.
Yeah, well, that's you play 5 games, right?
Yeah, so 10 points is the most you can get. So if you only lose one game, you'll definitely make it in.
Yeah.
8 points will definitely get in. 6 points might.
6 points and good net run rate should get you the job done.
And England's net run rate's already in the 3s, so it's massive.
So England are in.
So England only need to win 2 to like guarantee against Australia, South Africa, and Sri Lanka. Those are their last 3 games. They'll definitely beat Sri Lanka. Though they did lose to them in the 2019 50-over World Cup, and they were dreadful then as well, so who knows. But, okay, so Pakistan in Group 2, they'll likely finish top now because they've beaten India and New Zealand. So they're already on 4 points, and they've got to play against Afghanistan, Namibia, and Scotland. Tough games, of course, respect. So they'll finish 10 points. They won't lose a game. Or lose a wicket for the rest of the tournament.
There's a bit going on with Pakistan at the moment. Well, I'm not across it. Some controversy in the last couple of days. Anyway, that's for another show. But there's some people some religion stuff going on. Oh yeah, don't really want to wade in. You know?
Yeah, no, I've actually got that's like my fourth.
I've seen we've woken up to images or footage of Shoaib Akhtar resigning off a show.
Yeah,
looks fucking incredible. Yeah. The whole thing. Viv Richards and David Gower there laughing. Brilliant stuff. I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
One day we're going to be sitting on either end of that panel just fucking giggling to ourselves. Shoaib was quick to leave the set. Yeah. Okay, so Pakistan, they'll probably finish top. Now, India have already got a knockout game, in my eyes anyway, on Sunday night against New Zealand. Because if India don't beat New Zealand, they'll be on 0 points. And then as long as New Zealand beat Afghanistan, Namibia, and Scotland, India won't be able to make it. So India have to win on Sunday night, in my eyes. But that will mean that India will probably finish second in the group, and they'll play against the top of Group 1, which is probably going to be England. So there's your semi-final already. I've already dictated the tournament.
It always tends to work out like this.
Definitely will.
You actually just forecast it.
I'll tell you what, Namibia won last night, and there's a couple of big boys in that team, let me tell you. I'll be excited they make the finals. They won't win shit, but I'll be excited. So yeah, anyway, the question is, are England the favourites? They're the number 1 team in the world. Sorry, I just said a lot of words at you just then.
I think, like, they're, it's so hard to make, and dumb to make T20 predictions.
Make the fucking call.
They're among the favourites,
You weak coat.
I'll tell you what, only England, there's only a handful of teams that have played 2 games, right? Well, everyone's about to have played 2 games.
There's only 3 teams that have played 2 games.
Yeah,
four.
So you're looking at small sample sizes, but they and Pakistan are the 2 teams that seem to genuinely be better than who they've played against and won quite comfortably. Yep. So I don't know what else you meant to say other than those 2. Yeah. But then the history of sports watching across many sports dictates that whatever has happened at the front of the tournament is unlikely to be what's happening at the end of a tournament. So I'll keep my counsel because in this society, I'm very afraid of being wrong.
Hey, I remember 4 weeks ago when you said this was going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah. But mate, look, what I like about England is that they're covered. They seem to be covered everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like we talk about in Australia, we wank on about like Warner and Finch at the top of the order, for example. Oh yeah, they're great. They
One of my favourite things to wank to.
Yeah, exactly. They really blast away. But like Roy and Butler. Yeah. I probably know which pair I'm taking. And every team at the top seems to have 2 guys that can do that. They're just covered everywhere.
So the chat in England, England are very excited about like their prospects because they are the number ranked T20I team in the world. Now, if that was Australia, also a lot of people get us confused that we're English for some reason. We're banging on about how good Stokes is and like how good the England team are and stuff. We're not English.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's actually a broader question.
My ancestry is sort of like Leicester, but also Ireland as well.
Yeah.
So anyway. And they are 2 different things. But
are Wales, did they make this tournament? But yeah, they're excited. And I think rightfully so. They've smashed 2 teams. Smashed 2 decent teams.
But this is what happens with England now because they get excited because they are ahead of it. Then that's when they capitulate. But I think this England white ball side, as they were in 2019, they got some fucking levels to them. They just know how to play white ball cricket.
Yep.
And, you know, talking to Stoinis yesterday, mate, like when he was talking about MS Dhoni, I'm sorry to bring this up, but didn't he just demonstrate the value of an experienced and intelligent captain?
Yeah.
And we mock Owen Morgan, which you would when somebody's eyes don't work.
Yeah.
But his captaincy is clearly superior. He's one of the smartest managers of a T20 game. He thinks with clarity. He knows what he's doing, and he's got those fucking cards and shit, which I'd love if that had nothing to do with the game at all. It was literally the whole thing was just a placebo.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just think they look really together, England.
Hashtag ASKTGC. This one comes in via Patreon, Pez. Tom Wales writes in. Let me read it off my phone. Atherton or England versus Bangladesh Comms has just declared it so. Jason Roy has started...
This is the quote from Atherton.
This is the quote. Jason Roy has started quick out of the blocks here, as is his wont. Boys, thoughts on your growing influence in the world of mainstream cricket diaspora, and Atherton of all people, as is his wont, declaring it so. Thoughts on where you now belong, interviewing prime ribeye sticks, I presume steaks, like Smudge and Swanee within the cricketing BCCI dominated community. Much love, as always. Twales. Or T-whales. I presume twales.
Well, I think it should be pointed out that the phrase, as is his wont, sort of predated us, or you in particular.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I can only hark back on when we had Mike Atherton on the podcast, which was a favour that he did for a friend.
Yeah, that was about 4 years ago now.
Yeah, and but the pace at which he got off the phone suggests that in no way would he feel outfit or threatened or that he needs to borrow from the grade cricketer.
No.
So, and then I don't
He's
know.
probably not listening.
I doubt he's listening to the grade cricketer.
Yeah.
And like I think if we got in touch with him again, he'd be like, no, that's some weird internet shit.
Yeah.
And he'd be right.
He would be right, but also wrong at the same time.
Yeah, of course, which must be said for ego purposes.
As is my want.
As is your want.
Fucking 5-0 Athers.
Yeah. What do you think about where we are in the diaspora, mate?
I don't think about it.
Yeah. I don't think other people do either.
No.
It's just a thing that like you scroll and then you see something, you go, oh, click that.
I recognise that.
And you hear it, oh, yeah, that's good. And then you like get on with your life.
You watch sort of 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Yeah, I get the gist of it. Yeah. Is there another game? Oh, what's that? Oh, nudes?
Someone says something really funny, you just went... That's about it.
Many more big games to come. Australia, Sri Lanka is playing. That's some Michelangelo fucking touching God shit. Who's God?
Ooh, who is God there?
Interesting. Let us know in the comments.
Okay.
Big game tonight. And then next big game is then Australia playing against England on Saturday night, our time.
It's England's next game.
That's England's next game. Then India, New Zealand, Sunday night, Monday morning, our time. So lots still happening. Lock it right here. Hashtag AskTGC Fridays for our Patreons and YouTube Coat members coming out tomorrow as well. It's all happening. You know where to find us. See you guys next time. Cheers.